Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to One of Each, the Dumb and Hungry podcast, where we talk about our food adventures and our favorite food groups. I'm Angelo, the Dumb and Hungry.
And I'm Mychall.
And thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing all right. Mychall, how you doing? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I was dealing with COVID for a while.
COVID? So. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You've been
unfortunate.
Yeah, you've fallen victim to
yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Had all the symptoms.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about what those are.
Had the fever, the cough, sore throat, the body aches, loss of taste, loss of smell. So I had the works.
I think you just caught my attention when you said loss of taste and smell.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Not. Of course, the debilitating respiratory issues are definitely important, but the fact that if I could imagine not being able to taste something, I might as well just end it. It's done. I mean, that's had a good run.
There's no point.
There's no point to continue.
Damn. I feel that way sometimes now.
Yeah, I guess it's. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. It's that sucks. So you were.
Yeah.
How long were you dealing with that?
Like the severe stuff, 4-5 days maybe. Just feeling fine by it. I tested positive Sunday. I was feeling fine by Thursday, but I still have a cough every once in a while, and I still can't taste.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean,
sucks.
if I can't taste something, I mean I'm in big trouble, you know.
Yeah, especially for you.
What kind of okay? What is it that you were eating or trying when you realized, oh, I can't, or this tastes like crap, or it doesn't taste like anything?
When I first noticed, I was eating some potato chips, barbecue flavored potato chips. There was no. I was like, all right. I thought there wasn't enough flavor on a few, so I just kept eating more. But then, like, I ate half the bag before I realized all I tasted was salt at that point.
Oh, yeah, you had to get like a pretty, significant amount of salt to finally get it through, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. I'll bring you a salt block. You know?
Oh, sure. Like a horse.
Yeah. You could just get your taste buds going. Yeah, just to make sure you feel something every now and then, you know?
It's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, shoot. So, and it wasn't just you. I mean, it was your whole team, whole little group over there.
Both my roommates did end up getting it. Salem got it first, then Oli and I got it a couple days later.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I hope you guys feel better soon. I mean, it sounds like you at least you can go out and about and do stuff, but
Well, tested negative already, so
yeah. But you've got some of those lingering things. Yeah, the long COVID, as they.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Well, hang in there. As a reminder to everyone, hopefully everyone's doing all right and hanging in there too. I think I forgot what you said. What were your vax statuses at that point?
We all had the 3 shots basically.
Okay,
so
good.
The first, the second, and the booster.
All right. So as a reminder,
except for one, she had Johnson & Johnson.
Ugh, okay, that knocks it down a few. Well, no wonder. No, but as long as you get your shots and keep them up to date. I mean, it obviously the intent is to just not have you die, right?
Yeah.
So I think it definitely did its job, but it sucks that you have to deal with these things after the fact, and who knows for how long, you know?
That's what's worrying me. 90 to 95 people get their taste back, but that 5 to 10%.
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
Yeah. Well, let's see how you go through. We'll keep an eye on you, and we'll check in with you again, see how you're doing about that, you know?
Yeah. Hopefully by next time we do this, I can taste, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're still able to join us again. It has been a little while, you know. It's kind of why I've been a little MIA, but we're back, and hopefully we'll just keep on moving along, you know. But again, health and well-being is definitely important. So, life gets does its thing, and you just got to work with it, you know. So, all right. Well, I'm just fine.
I'm so jealous.
As it were.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, even though you can't taste anything at the moment, hopefully as we talk about some things today, it'll maybe at least conjure some memories and maybe kickstart some taste bud sensations. I don't know. At least get
It's
you
gonna be FOMO
at
at this
least
point.
get you salivating again. I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm still hungry. It's just, everything sucks.
Everything tastes like cardboard.
Yeah.
I'll make sure not to bring it to like a high end whatever, and then it's like, oh man, what is this? So
Very unfortunate.
okay. Well, I know there are some things we were following up on last time we spoke, places we were going to visit and try out. We will save some of those for a little after show. So we'll talk about all the stuff we want to talk about today, and then we'll talk about some of these other things after. So make sure you hang around, and we'll make sure to get that over. So I got to try out something recently, just the other day. I believe, as we're recording this, Dine LA has started as of yesterday, and it's run for the next couple weeks. And Dine LA is just one of those events where they kind of feature restaurants throughout the city of LA, greater LA, and focusing on a lot of great cuisine and styles, and just a great way to support restaurants and that kind of industry, and just have some great food. And one of the places I had tried out recently was this place called Cali Chili out in Long Beach. And it's an Indian restaurant, and they kind of do a lot of different, I think they kind of do, seemingly traditional dishes, but with some, fresh twists on there. I went there for their dinner menu, and it was great. They list 3 courses, right? So it's like you get something from each course. But what it does say is that you choose any 3 items. And so I assume that included dessert, right? Which is the 3rd course. But what the guy told me is that no, actually you get to choose 3 dishes and you still get dessert on top of that.
Oh, hey.
So I'm like, shoot, okay. So I think that really made it worthwhile. So
that made it worthwhile.
Yeah, I'd have I'm sure I would have wanted to. I definitely wanted to visit that place for a little bit. It's been out for a while, but things I had. If I'm looking here, they had this lamb samosa wonton, which was pretty good. Which is just the minced lamb with spices in this wonton, shell, which was actually quite nice. And then also, I had a lot of fried things. So there's that. There's like cauliflower fritters. Good. So yeah, I mean the cauliflower was cooked. It was just really crispy, and they had this nice sauce to go with it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then also with a order of ribs, sticky ribs. Interestingly enough, even though it's an Indian restaurant, I gravitated toward these Korean inspired ribs. So
fair.
And then for dessert I had this they call it purple carrot halwa with vanilla bean ice cream. It sounds like you're familiar with something like that.
I know the name's familiar, but I don't know what it is.
I didn't bother actually looking into what it is, but it tasted delicious, So I'm glad I got. And on top of all that, they also serve you, rice, nice saffron rice, and like naan bread.
Ooh.
So, and it's like you can ask for, it's like unlimited technically. So.
Oh, hey.
But I was
unlimited rice.
That got me full. I mean, I was stuffed, and it was a good meal. So
nice.
Sorry, I'm talking about this, and hopefully one day you'll be able to try it for yourself and maybe enjoy it. Get your taste buds awakened.
One day.
Get there.
So sad.
Yeah. Well, what's not sad is, speaking of more food, okay? Let's keep doing that. And we want to thank everyone for joining us again. We talk about more of our food adventures, these local spots and pop-ups and all that in between, along with the good food and good people that we meet along the way. So our food group again, actually, we are bringing back barbecue one more time. Once again, I'd say one more time, but we're doing it again.
At least once more, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and we're like, oh, don't you have like other food types that you can talk about? It's like, yeah, we can, but this is our podcast, so we can do whatever we want. So if we happen to talk about barbecue like 3 episodes in a row, then that's what's happening. So
It's a familiar subject.
That's right. It's very familiar, very comforting subject. So, again, it's something that we tend to really fawn over, really. And meat and fire is just the two basic things I think that will that we need to keep alive. So,
I don't think there's any problem with that.
So we're talking about barbecue again. We're talking again about Texas style barbecue, that real low and slow kind of style with cuts of meat featuring brisket and ribs and sausage and things like that. Just usually simply seasoned with salt and pepper, and just incredible sides to go with it as well. So in Texas with that type of barbecue, it's like the sauce. It's nice to have, but you don't really need it. You can have it on the side or whatever, but it's there's an appreciation to have for sauce too. But when you're eating this kind of barbecue, the meat definitely speaks for itself and really comes through on its own, just with a simple seasoning and low fire. So it's something that I think we've enjoyed, and I think this particular one, Mychall, that we're talking about is something we've both enjoyed thoroughly. And that we can both fondly talk of. So
definitely.
Yeah, because I think, as you said, you've even visited this spot even, without me, which I think says something that speaks pretty boldly as to, how good this place is for both of us.
Oh, definitely.
So,
it was great.
And
always fun to visit.
Yeah. So let's talk about them. We're talking today about Smokey Jones barbecue. And like I said, they do a real good Texas style where we'll be seeing some of the briskets and ribs and sides and everything. But they also, do a good amount of style of Santa Maria. And, that's a style that's unique here to California. But depending on where you are, may not be as celebrated enough, I don't think. Just underrated, I'd say. So probably, with that type, that's where you kind of have, it's over a fire, but usually on kind of a grilled, grated kind of, grill kind of place. You place your meats on there over a fire, and that grilled grate can be raised or lowered to control the heat and the style of cooking you're doing over there. And as far as meat goes, I think notably tri-tip is a cut that you associate with that, along with chicken and other types as well. But they've done their share of doing Santa Maria style, and they do that very well too. But I think gravitated me particularly was first that Texas style. So as far as who we're talking about here, the folks behind that are our lovely husband and wife team, Russ and Vivian. And they are just some of the nicest people that you'll ever meet. I think, Mychall, you seem to agree with that.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, I mean, they're just people I think that you can easily walk up to. You can chat with them, have a conversation. They're happy to talk with you and share, whatever they've got with you as well. And I'd say we've had a good, gotten a good friendship with them. And supporting them through their culinary adventures, and we look forward to seeing what more they have. So Russ is, I'd say he's the pit master. He's probably the main guy doing a lot of the cooking of the meats, and Vivian, she's doing a lot of the sides and some of the sweet treats too. There are a couple of desserts there too, but it's just really interesting to see them work. They, being a husband and wife team, they, have this kind of rhythm going. When Russ is slicing the orders, Vivian's just kind of keeping track, making sure that he's on track and, get the orders out. It's just nice to see, that kind of teamwork there. Now, I mean, we've seen this kind of, cooperation too, with some of the other places we've talked about, like Moose and Heritage. They're also husband and wife teams too. And I think it's pretty cool to kind of see that here as well. I'd probably say, with them, they are just kind of your friendly, reliable, kind of neighborhood barbecue spot that you can definitely go to and just order up a plate, and you're just always happy. Whatever they come up with. Yeah, it was interesting.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, remember talking to them early on, and they had these great, this great barbecue that they were making, and I remember Rossi was saying like he wants to make sure that he has some of the the staples and reliable options there, but you always wanted to try to change things up, try to rotate the menu a little bit, get something a little special in there every now and then, and I think we'll see that as we go along with this too. So I'm I'm looking forward to this. As far as the where, they've been based out of on the west side, which some argue is the best side. I'm not sure, that's TBD, but they are out there they're out there in Culver City, and serving out there in Culver on the west side, a little bit of the South Bay. But I kind of speak that in the past tense actually, because we'll talk about that a little bit. They have moved on to bigger and better things. As far as who they're serving and all that, so we'll get to that in a little bit. But as far as our encounters with them, they were out there on the west side, and they are, again, like I said, some of the nicest people you will meet. I will pull up here. I just want to say there was as far as I'm trying to figure out again, like how I found out about these people, about this pop up, and I just come off my first Texas trip. Okay. I'll start off with that. This was back in early 2019. There's a string of trips that were made out there, but this was the first. And I remember before that trip, I'd come across this article here. Let me see if I'm going to go back to this because I realized I didn't have any of the audio sources set up for the. Oh man, this could be trouble.
No.
So let me figure that out. But we the article, the page I was bringing up was a blog. We talked about this one previously, LA Texas barbecue, and they eat this guy. He's an expat from Texas that lives out here in LA now, and he'd kind of made his way through the circuit of different barbecue pop-ups and things like that, and he came across Smokey Jones, and I think that might have been how I found out about them, and I knew they were in my mind, that I wanted to try them out when I got back from Texas. Especially after, because I got very excited. So here we have, I'm looking at this. So, and he spoke very highly of him. So again, I still haven't met this guy, but maybe one day I will.
You follow that food blog pretty closely, though.
Right. Exactly. So in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break here. And I'm going to try to sort out something here as we learn the internet, okay? Give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. How about you?
Yeah, it sounds good. What you should have done, when you were playing around, you should have made a new set of scenes. That way you didn't mess with anything.
Well, we're back. So I do now. I have a different scene collection in OBS, so I can switch back and forth when I'm testing and things like that. So
good.
Don't test things in prod, okay? That's all I can say. And yet too many of us do. And we're too
who has time to do an extra rehearsal? Come on,
exactly. Give me a break.
We'll do it live.
We're living dangerously here, okay? That's how we do things. This is the dumb part of the Dumb and Hungry, okay? There's a lot more dumb than hungry these days, okay? Michael, please don't talk.
Oh, God.
Please.
Stop it.
Hang in there, okay? Oh, man. But yeah, that's I'd probably say that's true. But I think we're back on track, at least for now. Let me see if I can go back to the internet. We're back here. This was the site I was talking about. Check this guy out, LATX BBQ. He's got the Insta and the Twitter as well. But yeah, this site has been pretty valuable to me. So so there we are. But first time, I hit up these guys, hit up Russ on Instagram, and that's kind of how you do things. So they are a pop-up, and you kind of know them through like word of mouth or like, just kind of in the know. And so most of these guys will make themselves available through social media, namely Instagram, and you would message them, tell them what you want to order, and they will, set aside a time and pick up and whatever, and they'll kind of share those through the DMs. So that's kind of what we did as well. And I just want to see that I can bring up, more of what we did. But yeah, that first order, I'd say that was pretty nice. They had these meat plates that they served up, and if I can bring that up here, yes. Yeah, so this was like one of the first meals probably that I had with them. We had brisket, ribs, and then our sides with the beans, and then the pickles and onion. There's something to be said actually. Everyone we've had, I think so far, with barbecue, they definitely make, they're making their own sides and their own, things like that. I don't know. There's something nice, really, particularly something to be said about the pickles and onions from these two. I don't know. There's something. Yeah. I mean, they make it themselves, but their brine, I think, that they use to pickle is just a little bit something that, I don't know, something a little sweet, a little extra in there that makes it a little more enjoyable. So, and their sauces too, they kind of have a barbecue sauce and then kind of like a vinegary kind of sauce as well, which are both quite good and we've enjoyed very much. But yeah, this was kind of one of the first, and I knew that, I just knew that I would be going back because I know that this was quite good. This was a cut of the brisket from that plate, and sometimes eventually, I mean, again, as the name says, I'm very dumb, and I can't say exactly what it is, but you just kind of know sometimes by being able to look at something or that you'll know that this is going to be a good cut of meat right here, a good bite, I'd say, and that definitely continued. So not soon after, they had this, I think their anniversary. It was like their first year popping up, and they invited, they kind of announced it, and people who were in the know, they stopped by, and they were very nice to serve up some of these sliders, pulled pork, sando on there, and a little bit of sausage to go with that. So that's what they served up, and that was a good day. It was a little rainy that day, I remember, but it was a nice day still. But in addition to that, I also had they had the beans there, as you can see there in the back, but then in the forefront here, I had to try their mac and cheese. And yeah, that was just one of those sides that I knew that was quite good. I mean, mac and cheese in general, I don't think I'm very picky where it comes from or what it is, but I think this one was quite good. In addition to the mac and cheese itself, it's like topped off with this, crumbly, layer there with an extra crunch, and it was enjoyable. You can say that. And the thing about too the sausage, they make their sausages, but what was nice, what I'd learned is, this was like a jalapeno cheddar one, but they would make other types of sausages as well as we go along. But some of the, the ingredients that they grow out there, they like just get it from their front yard or something. They grow them out there in the little garden areas, and they pick them, and then they use them when they're making their, their food and their sausages. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they have a seasonal sausage, basically.
Yeah. So this one was the jalapeno cheddar. They also had the
banh mi sausage.
They've had like, things like that, like garlic and like chili peppers and things like that. So I that was something definitely worth trying. So, but yeah, that was the 1 year, and as they go along, yeah, apparently I had to step back a little bit because I think the first time I had tried them, I think that same weekend, I had also tried Trip Burgers as well. I don't remember that. I think that was the first time also. I can't remember. I was just looking
That
because
makes sense.
I'd have to look at I was looking at just kind of the dates, of these pictures and stuff, and they they fell on the same day. I would also need to check. I could just check on Instagram, in my stories and stuff, and I'm pretty sure they fall on the same day. So
probably,
yeah. So this was
they were,
exactly. That's probably what it was, right? They were like just back to back.
Yeah, and especially at this time, you were living further out, so it would be an easier trip to just do them both at the same time.
Yeah, knock them out. Yeah. So I think I definitely took advantage of that, and probably a very momentous time, very significant time in my life.
I'm sure, because I know that we've also done that. It wasn't the only time you've done that, where it was Trip and then Smokey Jones, or the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. Bang bang, baby. So anyway, but yeah, as we go along, we again we try out, we keep going, we visit again. At this point, I think I've told you already, hey, we got to try these guys, and like you to bring you along and try them out as well. And so we do, right? And we go out to make another, place another order, another meat tray, and another platter. And this one, I believe this was our visit there. Now, I think this was the one also that we went to, that same day we went with Salem.
Yeah, but that wasn't my first time at Smokey Jones, was it?
Oh, it's not? Okay.
I don't think so. I remember going with you because I remember the that chashu pork belly.
Mm-hmm.
That was not the first time I had them.
Ah, okay. Well, I feel like, hey, you very well maybe you would be right. I'm just saying, I just feel like these were at least some of the first documented pictures.
Oh, definitely.
That we have. So let's take a look at we have the meat tray here, and we're looking at, as you mentioned, this chashu pork belly skewer, which we'll get to in a second. You have the meat platter here with we have brisket, beef rib, the sausage, potato salad, mac and cheese. It's a whole tray. But yeah, taking a look, they also had this pastrami beef rib, which I don't think we had at that time. But I mean, you look at that, that's just massive. And it's just really beautifully colored. And as I would try, in later visits, yeah, it's definitely the real deal. It's a good brine, really flavorful pastrami flavor. And of course, tender, beef rib. So, but yeah, that's a good deal. Here's Russ, and good guy. So this is the chashu pork belly, which we will see again. Return. I mean, it's not the only time, right? We will see this again. But this was like an example of like one of those things that we'll keep some of the staples, but we'll also introduce and rotate some things around, And this was a good example, one of that.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's pork, just like a chashu. I mean, it's just this deeply marinated pork with this, signature kind of red color, topped with these, like kind of sesame type seeds and green onion and things like that. It was quite flavorful. I mean, obviously pork belly is very fatty and very rich. I'm not sure why we only had a couple skewers. We should have just gotten the whole slab. We just asked, if we knew what we know now, we'd just say, hey, Russ, just leave us the slab, okay? Thank you.
Give us a whole one for us specifically.
Yeah, exactly. So here's more of the tray. Again, that beef ribs with the brisket. I mean, it's just, and then over time, having as much, I guess, as I've had, you just kind of know when you taste, or when you taste it, when you see it, it's like you kind of know whose belongs to who. And so, I'm trying to get more familiar here with, what their trays look like. And their taste and everything, because everyone is a little different, and you pick it up as you go along. But that was a good visit. And again, this one, like I said, this was the one with Salem. So we had, from a previous episode, we were talking about, like, we had that little food crawl, and by little I mean like mountain of
Yes.
it was more of a marathon, Yeah. So this was one of the last stops.
Last ones. Yeah, that explains why it's such a small plate for us.
Relatively small, I know. But we would see the return of the char siu in later visits. So that was quite good. But yeah, so again, just like any of these visits, it was just a very relaxed, environment. They have their big front yard with the driveway. They got, the table set up and the benches where you can sit down. You can have your stuff there, and it was just a very chill and casual space, and you see all the neighbors coming through, and supporting and just enjoying together and hitting it up and shooting the breeze. I mean, it's just a nice casual spot to hang out at. And it's not very busy, that neighborhood or whatever, so people, you don't have to worry about nothing like that. So, but yeah, that was one of sorry if it wasn't the first, but it's obviously not the last too,
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. But I want to take another look here at this next visit that we had. And this was a pretty good visit. There are a couple of things to introduce here. Obviously, we have the stellar brisket, and from this shot alone, like, this was a nice cut to get into. But we would also see the introduction of turkey, and a lot of the barbecue guys. Turkey is an important addition on there as well. Even though bird meat is more of a vegetable, if anything. It's not. It's not. But people can make some real mean turkey, and we'll see some examples as we continue to do more episodes. But this is one of the examples that we've all enjoyed, certainly. Now, I will say, let's take a look here. Here's more of the turkey. It's just real, turkey meat. Obviously, you associate it with Thanksgiving and, things like that. And, the big turkey, as ornate as it is, can just turn out dry, and just unsatisfying. And you have to pour all the gravy on there just to get any semblance of, get it down. But, smoking turkey obviously is another way to prepare it. And they do this right, man. I don't know what to say. All the barbecue guys that I've had turkey from are really good. But from Smokey Jones, I don't know. I just particularly enjoyed their turkey among all the other things that they do. And this was something that this was, I think, from the visit where we all met up as the the little friend group or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And this was on the day. Remember that everyone thought that I died.
Oh. So this was after the LA Food Festival, or
the food bowl.
Food bowl.
I'm sorry, no. That's a different event. This was the LA Food and Wine Festival.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Where you had the burgers.
Yes, it was. The Burger Throwdown. I remember that. The name of the event. Yeah, that was the name. But yeah.
Why did we think you almost died?
Well, because I wasn't answering my phone or nothing.
Yeah, and why was that?
Well, because I'd slept till I didn't go to sleep till 3 a.m. or something, because I was editing photos from the event, because I thought that I needed to do that and get them prepped right away. But yeah, and so I overslept and I didn't set my alarm, and I was not answering no one, and the people got worried, so they climbed through my bathroom window.
Yep, that happened.
And but I'm alive. We survived and lived to see another day. So, but then anyway, we still got barbecue, so that was the important part. So
there's always time for barbecue.
Yeah, I agree. So this these pics here, This was, just part of our tray. We have our brisket, the sausage, the turkey, and then also off to the side there are these things called hog wings. And that was kind of a little thing that they put together, they thought of. It's kind of like the shin, part of the shin of the pork thing that makes, yeah. So it's small, right? I mean, it's not as small as a chicken wing, but it's like you can hold it and eat it like a wing. That's kind of where the idea came from. So yeah, that was a good plate, and I think I forgot who was there, but there was a good group of us that threw down that plate, and
yeah,
I think we finished everything. I think we all definitely enjoyed that turkey though that day. That there was just something.
Yeah. Definitely.
Particularly like enjoyable that we all liked about that. I mean, everything else was very good. But yeah, I think we would just keep talking about that for times to come.
Yeah.
So
I think it's because that may have been the trip, but like I got turkey I brought their turkey for Friendsgiving once.
Yeah. We would see the return of the turkey. We make it have its appearance at meetups and Friendsgiving and things like that. So it's a good call when you do it. So thank you, Russ.
Yeah, for the delicious turkey.
Yeah, we have a pic here of Vivian as well. So that was so Russ and Viv again are the team there behind that. Here's the full plate, I think, of everything we had. So it was just 2 sets of basically the same thing, but yeah, man, if I'm sad. Hungry. Yes.
I want more.
I know. So here's the hog wing, and they had different flavors. This one I think was like a chili oil kind of thing. So yeah, like the flavor of pork and the portability of a chicken wing. So I think that was a good move right there. So yeah, that was pretty good.
Hungry. I hate this.
Again, we're trying to awaken your taste buds, Mychall. Okay.
That's the problem. The mind wants it, but the body can't taste it. So what's the point?
Well, hopefully in time, if we get it stimulated enough mentally, then maybe the sensory will follow.
Sure.
Isn't that how it works? I'm sure that's how it works.
All right, doctor.
I'm not. Oh, perfect. Well, one thing I also wanted to feature here is that, again, Viv does a lot of the sides and also some of the desserts here. So this was like one of the early forays that I saw here. She had this pound cake that she would put together, and those were quite good too. Those went well as like a good dessert after your heavy meat tray, So I mean, this was just another. See, there's more the char siu from this other visit. Yeah, we would see this again. This is a very beautiful tray. Okay, turkey. It always is. Yeah, hog wing, sausage. Yeah, there is no brisket on this tray. I don't remember if it's possible I didn't ask for it or maybe because they ran out. But
more likely they ran out.
Yeah, it was probably too slow. So I'm trying to find.
That's a lot of ribs.
Yeah, here's another pic of the char siu. This is again particularly fatty, just really moist and tender, and then again just that marinade of the for the char siu. Yeah, it's I don't know. We gotta go back and get our hands. How? Okay, all right. This one right here, not the best starting picture, but so they every pit master, every barbecue spot, they use these smokers. A lot of them use kind of the offset smokers, which is in this picture is kind of like that. They don't really necessarily have these rectangular chambers per se, but the overall kind of tank, rounded tank profile is what you're looking at, and then on the right is this offset where the fire is made. So before that they were using like this vertical smoker, like a vertical box, rectangular box, and it's a vertical kind of smoker. I remember meeting the guys that made that their previous smoker in Texas, and I'd run into them. I was at I think it was Snow's Barbecue, and I just saw I saw the shirts. I think that's what it was, and so, or maybe I overheard them or something. But I met those guys, and yeah, they were pretty cool. What were they? I think it was called Ironside Smokers. But so that's what Russ had been using for a while. But then they they didn't get rid of it, but they moved up to this next level, I think, with this from this pitmaster Evie Mays, which is also based in Texas and also has an excellent barbecue restaurant out there. But they made a custom smoker for Russ and Viv, and this is what it is. I mean, this is again not the best pick, but it's just huge trailer. You got the tank itself with these. In their case, they got these chambers here, these rectangular doors that swing out, and they kind of invited some of us to do like for a little test cook, and so this was kind of the first foray into using that. So you see here on the right side, there's this huge smokestack, which of course most these smokers will have. But what was interesting is that there's this edge here, this seam that allows the smokestack to fold down, because that way you can fit it into the garage. Because in LA we don't got space like that. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty interesting. So huge smoker, but still enough room to store it in the garage. So yeah, Russ was cooking ribs that day. He got we got sausage on there too. Yeah, I got a whole just kind of great array of things going on. Got ribs, sausage, mac and cheese. Yeah, simple stuff, but it was a good cook. This is the other side of the smoker. So like I said, this side was custom for the Santa Maria stuff. So as I said, there's this grate here, this metal grate that you would place the meats on. And then, you have this crank here near the top that you would raise and lower to adjust the, the intensity of the cook. So that's, the other side of the smoker. So yeah, so he could make, his Santa Maria style stuff and then his Texas style stuff. So that was pretty awesome. Oh, look at that. We have some beef rib as well. We make the appearance of the beef rib, which was excellent. And we had a plate of that too. Yeah, I think while the tools and the ingredients are important, obviously the skill of the person cooking is just as important. And so regardless of your equipment and your supply, if you have the technique and the skill, then you can pull it off. So they did really nicely with that. I'm looking at here. I just wanted to bring up this one. This is also the day, I guess, that I'd run into the Hangry Writer. This guy's
oh yeah.
This guy is also he's an IG. I'll call him a celebrity, a good personality. He features a lot of the good places to go around and try out. So if you don't already, make sure to check them out. So yeah, we were looking at some of the brisket there, and that was a beautiful cook right there. So that was a good visit. That was a good bite to eat, and again, this would not be. We would continue to see more of this as we move along. So yeah, are your taste buds awakened yet? I mean, are we getting there? I mean, what's going on?
Oh, they've been. They just don't work. They're on the clock. They just aren't working. They're on strike.
Well, that's what we're trying to fix here. So, but yeah, I mean, we also have the appearance here. We have a visit here from some other barbecue guys. that stopped by. And let me just show the plate here. We have brisket, ribs, and we have some smoked chicken wings as well, and some burnt ends. So
Where?
this was also at Smokey Jones.
See nothing. Scene switch.
How about now?
Aha! I see.
Does that work better for you?
It does.
Okay.
Look at those burnt ends.
Yeah. So
I want some.
I know. You'll get there soon enough. But yeah, we had a good tray there. So this day we had a visit from two other barbecue guys that make some stellar barbecue as well. One of them was A's Barbecue. That's Alan. And then also from AGL Barbecue. That's Alex. So those guys came down. They had their own trays, and we were able to kind of share and throw down a little bit. And that was quite good. I think this one was Alex's tray. So we have a little bit of this kind of Frito pie situation, if I'm not mistaken, with some pastrami on top there, in addition to the ribs, brisket, and wings. So that was quite good. Here are some of the burnt ends that we got to try out as well. So yeah, overall that was a very good meal. This is Alan's tray from A's. Again, more of the same, but yeah, it's nice when we get to try when these guys get to try each other's food and visit. They can try it out. They can they can talk shop. They can just see what it's all about. And it was a good meal, I have to say. I'm trying to remember like all of these trays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember how many of them I actually haven't had to take home. Like most of them I probably finished right there, on the
Yeah, I believe it.
So, I mean, they were that good. But yeah, that was a good visit to hear some more of the wings. And yeah, I mean, anything that they kind of make, just kind of a home run, just out of the park. So yeah, I mean, we would also see items like this. This is
I remember that.
This is the sausage, kind of the sausage dog here. So yeah, I mean, you have whatever style or choice of sausage you want, jalapeno cheddar, some sort of garlic, whatever it is, and here with shredded pastrami and loaded with onion and pickle and things like that. So this was but obviously in addition to all the other stuff they were making there, we had brisket that day and pulled pork, and here's more turkey for you. So kind of satisfy your turkey appetite. Yeah.
Turkey sandwich.
Yeah, these turkey sandos too turned out to be pretty popular too. So yeah, I mean, yeah, these were quite good. And the brisket, and yeah, so we would see the return of things like this, sausage dog, and in other pop-ups as well. So yeah, that was just a good addition on there. But yeah, they've been around for a while. It's been maybe a couple of years already, and now I think it's time that they started to continue, or kind of, I don't know, maybe expand their footprint, at least their visibility around town. And so this was some pictures from one of the first pop-ups, I believe, that they did out of a brewery called Upshift Brewery in El Segundo. And this is the sausage, some of the sausages that we're making over there. And again, they're using that new smoker with the Santa Maria grill and things like that. And so they were set up there. It was a new brewery. So people were still still finding out about it and coming through. But yeah, they did one of their first pops over there. It was quite good. Their turkey was stellar as always. They had pulled pork. They had kind of all the meats that they're good to make. So that was good too. Although this would not be the first appearance, I do see an appearance here of this fellow Joe. And Joe's a good friend, Russ and Viv, and he's just a really good guy. And he's always helping them out when they need him. And so he's there. You can see him like serving up the sides, putting the orders together. Here's Viv taking the orders. It was a good day. I mean, it was a good crowd came through. And Joe is in addition to being just an overall great guy, he's also a pretty good musician. If you check him out, he does like these acoustic covers of 90s alt rock. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, we'll put that. I'll put that down there in the notes and stuff. But yeah, he's a musically talented guy. So, but yeah, this was let's see here. Yeah, I mean, this was just some of the trays that people were coming through with, and again, here's the A team, just kind of working it and cranking those orders out. So yeah, it was definitely different. Different energy, different pace. Trying to get that how you serve people in a kind of walk-up fashion, right? Because up to this point, I mean, yeah, they're doing some walk-ups, but most of these were being done they're mostly pre-orders. But at this point, you're kind of relying on people coming through and just ordering on the spot. So slice to order, things like that. So yeah, you see that? Look at this on the menu. A 5 meat plate. That's what I need.
That got your eye, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the return of the sausage dog right there. But yeah, that was good. Here's more. It's a kind of pulled pork business. More of that. Yeah, this was a fun day. I mean, for me at least. I don't know about them. I think I'm sure they had a good time. But it was hard work for them. But I had fun. So, but yeah, that pickle and onion. I mean, there's just something about them. They are quite good. Something a little extra in there. So, yeah, that was a good visit. Enjoyed that a lot. Yeah, and we would continue. Just keep going. Just keep on going. It's nice. I just want to say also that even well, I wish we could have probably done more. It's nice that whenever we could kind of hang out, even after, the pop-ups and stuff, Russ and we would meet up and have food and things like that. So again, it's just, the kind of things, the kind of people that, you can get, you're really friendly and you can hang out and chat and yeah, just have a nice time with. So, as we move along, I wanted to also, as far as the breweries kind of go, the circuit continues to grow, and you find themselves again. El Segundo is more on the west side, and now we're here at LA Ale Works, and again, like I said, I know a good amount of these breweries because of these pop-ups. But yeah, this would be another addition to their stop right here. This pop-up, this tray here belonged to Mr. Dustin Bartz of Bart's Barbecue. And again, we will get to that in some point because we got a lot to say. But yeah, Dustin was there, and we took a picture of his tray. And yeah, LA Ale Works is just actually one of the, I don't know, probably one of my regular.
You've been there a lot.
Yeah, I think so. Again, thanks to the pop-ups, but they make some excellent, brews.
Yeah, I'll say so.
Yeah, I know you can. I think I will too.
Sure.
Oh man. So, yeah, this tray that Dustin's holding got a huge slice of brisket. You got the char siu, sausage, and mac and cheese. Yeah, that was a good tray.
Yeah.
So, here's the whole slab of char siu. I mean, if we had known better, we would just ask him to just, hey, can you just give us the whole thing?
The whole thing?
Just
Yeah,
leave that right there. Thank you. So, I think this was our tray. Yeah. The char siu, the beans, brisket, sausage. I don't remember where else we had gone that day, or if that was the only thing we did. It was the two of us there.
It could go either way.
It could. Well, there is you trying to just in agony while I take pictures. And
yeah,
I
remember.
Waiting.
You take forever.
The food gets cold by then. It's not great anymore.
Still good.
I mean, yeah, could be better if it was like warm. But we also have this brisket sando. To be honest, I usually don't find myself ordering sandos. I'm not quite sure. I think I don't know. I just like getting a tray of like all the meats typically and the sides, but in a sando form, I don't know. It's not my go-to, but we did get it this time, and it was very good.
Yeah, you always got to try it.
Yeah, and if you remember, this looks a little familiar to you. Holding this sandal right here. I know you were ready to bite into it. I'm like, wait a minute, let's take a picture. I know. He's like, why? So,
hey, look, a brew.
Hey, alcohol. There you go.
Huh. Probably not yours.
Just a sip, please. Let's try it a little bit. But that was a good tray, a good visit there. But yeah, we see them expand into the circuit of breweries, and in addition to their pop-ups at home and things like that. So yeah, another good visit. Let's see. We continue on as we also see some collabs. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm lost here right now. Give me 1 second. So we also see some collabs too. They're good friends with the guys from this pop-up called AM Smash, which makes a really good breakfast sandwich, and it's really good. I mean, they hand make this the sausage patty for the breakfast sandwich, in addition to a really good fried egg and things like that. But yeah, they Russ and Viv are good friends with Steph and Chris from AM Smash. So I think there was one time when they did a collab. Here it is. With a breakfast sando, basically.
Ooh.
With some of the I believe it was brisket in there. So, but yeah, what appears to be a hash brown, I believe, and then the brisket and the fried egg, and then kind of the sauce to go on top of there. Yeah, I don't quite remember if that was the only thing I had, but this was a good sandwich. And if you haven't had AM Smash for their regular like breakfast sandwiches, you should definitely try them out. Just that they're all the way out there in the west side. They usually set up, well, I think these days, yeah, you might still see them set up in the same sidewalk area like Trip does on Paul and Sepulveda. But you do find them out doing some pop-ups in Orange County too. So check them out.
Looks delicious.
Yeah, it's quite good. This one was good. So I definitely enjoyed having that. Yeah. So this was, we're already kind of getting in the point. I think we've already entered the pandemic era of things. So Oof. Yeah, it's pretty tough. So trying to go out and do anything was definitely very limited, and supporting these guys were probably more important than ever. I mean, it was definitely tough, but it was something, I don't know. They had to find a way to survive and get through it. So yeah, it's I wanted to show here something also from another visit. This was from I remember this day I had gone. So A's. So we mentioned A's barbecue earlier. So in addition to barbecue, sometimes Alan does this fried chicken sandwich, and it's actually quite a good. It's not a hot chicken sandwich. It's just a good fried chicken sandwich with a nice kind of cabbage slaw on there. Just real simple, but yeah, it's quite good. But I think on that day I had picked up some barbecue, and then I also went to have this fried chicken sandwich. So I had them back to back. Yeah. So this was again pandemic, because you can see here the backdrop of
the moving blanket.
The moving blanket.
Yes.
Everything off the car. So this particular one was like this new kind of flavor they were working on, this molcajete sausage. Yeah, this was I remember having these were quite good. Okay. And then they also had the smoked cheese on there. That was one thing I didn't mention. They like to serve up this they smoke cheese. It's quite good. They seal it up, and yeah, so they smoke cheese. They also have this thing called snack sticks. This is like kind of on a tangent, which are basically like like kind of jerky sticks, smoked on there too. Yeah, one day maybe we'll try it again. But
hopefully,
yeah. In this picture here, we have the molcajete and the smoked cheese. But again, that was after I had eaten fried chicken sandwich. Yeah. So, yep. Good day. So, we will also see here. This was just more of like the pastrami. Yeah, this was just a beautiful like pick of the pastrami brisket. Yeah, whether it was pastrami whether it was brisket or beef rib. I think they had also done tri-tip as well. Yeah, here's the tri-tip pastrami. And again, we would see pastrami tri-tip when we see Trip Burger. When we talk about those again, we revisit that, and the pastrami burgers are where it's at. So, this album here, let's see.
The box.
The box. Before we talk about the box, I wanted to go to this one here. This was a pop-up with Smokey Jones and Bart's Barbecue. This was Dustin's proclaimed last pop-up ever. Okay, so and which is technically true. We would see the end of kind of regular rotation of pop-ups from Dustin, but he finds his way in other places. But this was his last kind of regular pop-up, and so he did this with with Smokey Jones, and they were both serving up, and they had their own kind of separate orders and things that they would do, but yeah, they were doing that on the same day. So so we have everyone's there. I mean, there's Dustin, and Russ is, they're behind him. Yeah, all the equipment was there. It was a pretty busy day. But yeah, I mean, when you say it's your last pop-up ever, you're gonna, catch someone's attention, I imagine, right? But yeah, so let me see here. There's Russ, there's Dustin. Yeah, those but here's more of the char siu, okay? That's really what we're here for. More of the char siu right there. Oh, here's one. Yeah, that was a good cut. Ooh. Yeah. That was particularly vibrant, that cut. So again, we have a lot to say about Dustin, okay? So don't worry, we'll get there. Also, while I'm reminded, a shout out to, whenever he does these events, as far as I remember, he shout out to Ulysses. It's kind of the go-to guy there that helps him out, and yeah, real nice guy too. So, yep, that was their pop up that day. I don't remember whose food. I think this is Dustin's tray. This was because it's considerably larger in the sides and like just the overall size of the thing. So yeah,
burnt ends. Those are more like
his. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, his burnt ends too. So that was a big tray. And then you can also see the upgrade to the
Ah,
blanket.
yes,
So
that blanket. The upgrade, you say?
that's right.
Some people disagree.
Some. Oh man. One other idea that they kind of threw out there and started to roll with was this box, the Pitmaster box, I believe. I don't remember what they called it. I forgot. I want to call it that. But you had kind of the option to kind of get the Pitmaster's choice of different meats in there. So they had this nice branded box with a tray of the different meats. I think 3 or 4 different meats that you have on there, along with sides and a little dessert. So here's so in this case there was pastrami, brisket, I think some burnt ends in there, sausage. Then it had some corn in there, and as well as a pound cake. So this was all packaged nicely in this box here. And I wonder, they had a lot of these, so because they had to buy in volume. So I'm wondering if they still held on to any of them, or how many they went through actually. So yeah, but this is kind of the box that they had used for a little bit. And so that was, the food was still, it was just the excellent food, just packaged, a little differently,
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, that was good. Enjoyed that too. I talked about the pastrami, earlier, the tri-tip pastrami, because, we see again, we talked about this event before, right? With Trip Burger. I think this was one of the early forays of doing this little collab of Trip Burgers and Smokey Jones pastrami on there. So this was just the tri-tip pastrami that Russ had, and he would use for to slice up, to heat up on the grill, and then top it on the burgers. So here are the Trip Burgers, and here is like Russ here, putting it on the grill right there, the thinly sliced pastrami. And then here's an example of like what that would look like. This is one of the many examples of what we would see. Yeah, it's loaded, man. It is loaded. Yeah. And it's nice because, the flavor of the Trip Burger is great already with the beef and the pork and and it's simple, with cheese too. And then you add this addition of pastrami, which, the nice brininess, the saltiness and whatever in addition, just brings it together. It's pretty satisfying to try, although not any longer. But when it was there, yeah. So that was that, and this was again like for like an LA Times event. I don't quite remember. It's like, no one from LA Times was there. I think. They just kind of chose these places to visit, like tell people to visit, and it was part of a movie thing too. I don't know. I don't remember. I was just there for the food. I just tell you. Yeah. So, but yeah, there are those burgers right there. Yep, fried onion burgers topped with pastrami. That was a good move. Whoever came up with that first, hats off to you. But yeah, one of the last here that I'm looking at. We see just like a few forays into this, but we don't get to see too much after. Maybe because we don't get to we haven't visited too much after. But this was like one of their ideas of like this is pulled pork with like a chili Colorado kind of thing, stuffed in a kind of bolillo, torta style kind of dish. Yeah, it's not a sandwich per se, right? It's more like a bowl. Like a food bowl.
Bread bowl.
Yeah, bread bowl. Yeah. But yeah, the chili Colorado. Remember, so we tried this together. Oh, and then we also had the box too. So we had another box of. Yeah, so there you go. We had brisket, turkey, and ribs. I think you also got your own box that
I got my own box, yes.
Okay, yeah. I remember that then. But yeah,
day.
But then we got to try this one. I think we would see stuff like this. I don't think we get to try more of it. Again, like we didn't get to visit too often after, but they would have this at some of the other pop-ups they have, like at the breweries, things like that, in addition to the sausage dogs and other smaller bites. So again, this was just their way of just being inventive and fresh, and just keeping things a little interesting, But yeah, that's what we have. That's what we have there.
That was the last time.
Must have been, I guess, at least for us. I mean, at least for
Damn.
us
For me,
together,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So,
Sad times.
yeah. Well, speaking of, I guess, sad or bittersweet, we kind of been making references here to Smokey Jones somewhat in the past tense or in some sort of ominous kind of way.
Wait.
Well, and we kind of do it because actually they're no longer here based in California. They actually moved out to the great state of Florida, sunshine state there. So they made that move not too long ago, but they got a nice place out there, kind of in where's that? St. Augustine is what I understand, which is like the more northern part of Florida. And yeah, I mean, it's hopefully their goal. I mean, I think their goal eventually is that it's much easier to open a restaurant out there than would be out here. I mean, it's just so difficult to open something out here, especially something like a barbecue restaurant. I mean, we've had success stories, of course, that we've seen with Heritage and Moose and Slab and things like that, but it's just so challenging. But hopefully we can see them make ground and progress over there. But we're kind of sad, obviously, the two of us, that won't have to get our fix as easily. We have to maybe make a trip out there, maybe visit Disneyland, although Disneyland is like
it's not in the same area.
Yeah, I know, it's totally different. Okay, we do have to make our way out there, do a little road trip or something. I don't know, but yeah, they so they're out there, and so, but if ever you make your way out there, or you happen to be listening from St. Augustine, Florida, check them out.
Yeah, it'll be worth your while for sure.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what exactly they've been up to lately. I will make it a point to check them out and see how they're doing. But yeah, Russ and Viv, we thank you for all the good food that you've made here in LA and California, and also giving appreciation to not just Texas, but like the California Santa Maria style barbecue, because again, that's too underappreciated, I feel. So yeah, we really enjoyed everything you've done, and all the good times that we've shared and chatted and just hung out and stuff. So again, I hope it won't be the last. Hope we'll be able to see out there at some point, and just throw down when we can. But yeah, I don't know, that's a lot of what I got. Anything else that comes to mind, Mychall?
No, that's about it. They're always good food. They're always friendly.
Yeah.
Imagine the only reason to go to Florida would be to visit them over Disney, over anything else for me.
Yeah, probably.
More likely to happen, honestly.
More likely. So, yeah, that is pretty good. Yeah. You got something?
Oh, nothing. Nothing important, unfortunately.
Yeah, but again, in LA, I mean, the barbecue scene,
still strong.
It's still very strong. It continues to grow, and the people in there, it's a good community, and continue to support each other. So I hope people will check out and support these guys, however you can. But yeah, we aside from that, I think we have a lot. We've said a lot, and we'll have more to say another time. But yeah, that's a lot of what we enjoyed. So. But aside from that, I think we've come to the end of another episode. So thank you for joining us. We are excited to bring you more of our adventures with good food and good people. So make sure to reach out, hit me up on Instagram at Dumb and Hungry. You can jump on the chat whenever we're streaming and not having terrible technical difficulties, but you can find the audio wherever fine podcasts are served, hopefully. But until next time, I'm Angelo.
I'm Mychall.
And on your next food adventure, remember to try one of each. Okay. We're back, right?
Okay.
I think we're back. Oh, man. Mychall, as you said, the intent was to, cut there and then cut back here because we do have an after show, which I forgot, even though it's literally in my outline. Again, like I said, this is the Dumb and Hungry podcast. The very dumb and hungry.
We need a producer. We just need someone else controlling the scenes and the technical stuff.
I don't got that kind of money, okay? And I'm not going to pay someone in exposure either. That don't work, okay? But welcome back, everyone, to the after show. We're still streaming, though. We did, even though I did temporarily cut off our vocal. Right? Okay. I think let's get back on track here, okay?
This is the realest we're going to be.
It's fine. It's fine. Good times. It's all part of the fun, That's why people tune in. They want to get like the
people
real.
Tune in?
Good point.
Please don't lie to me.
Well, the after show here, we wanted to just kind of talk about and follow up some of the things we were from the last time we spoke, namely about where we had eaten in between last time and then and now. So, Mychall, why don't you go first? Even though you can't taste a thing, what have you been able to taste in the meantime?
Yeah, conveniently, before I caught COVID, there was I had things planned. We went to LACMA, and then since we were in the area, we went to Trophies Burgers.
Trophies, yes.
Yeah, on Fairfax. It's in the Hype Beast areas, right next to Flight Club LA.
Yes.
Next to 100,
yes.
Diamond,
Right.
all those Hype
absolutely.
Beast brands.
Yes, definitely very Hype Beast. So the interesting thing about Trophies, and this is technically also is considered some follow-up, I guess, for it, because the guy behind, let me bring it up here on the internet. The guy behind Trophies, Chef Gio, I believe, he was like kind of working for Goldberger for a little bit. I mean, he was known from a few different places, from Badmash to Burgers 99 to Goldberger, and I'm sure many other projects, I'm sure. But he kind of opened this place up, Trophies Burger Club. And they, as you said, they are in a very kind of trendy, I guess, stretch there of Fairfax.
Fairfax, yeah.
So, they're not too far from, like, food-wise. You got Cantor's just down the street. You got John and Vinny's. And those other lifestyle brands, right? Is that Fun Club? The Hundreds are there. Yeah. So they're definitely in it. So that's pretty cool. So, tell me a little bit of what you tried over there.
It was good. We had the regular burger.
What is that? Do you see that here?
It was the Trophies, or the classic. Sorry,
the classic. Wow, $5.98.
It's not bad
for a single.
Not bad for a single. We also had the Trophies.
And what's the difference with Trophies and?
I honestly don't remember.
So we have American cheese, but they also have the Dijonnaise, and the shredded lettuce. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But that day they were also having a special burger. Okay. That wasn't on the menu. It was like a bacon burger.
It was in this one, the spicy barbecue bacon burger?
Yes, it was that one. But it wasn't on their printed menu.
Okay.
So.
Well, good.
Yes.
And
what? It was great.
So let's see, cheese, barbecue sauce. Okay, so the addition of bacon on the burger, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Always bacon makes everything better.
Yeah.
But they did the after school special, so it was the burger, fries, and fountain soda. It says weekdays only, but we went on a Saturday and they honored it, so I don't know.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, the fries were good too. It was a good fry. It was good oil. I don't know, but
you'd say it's kind of crispy.
Yes, okay. I am a fan of crispy fries. Yes, I don't like soggy fries.
Sure.
So it was a good fry in my book.
Yeah, I'd be excited to try it out soon. But yeah, Trophies. Yeah, and they were they were out there at that Family Style Festival. Took place like last week or something. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Among many others. But yeah, trophies. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to try them out. They seem like a cool spot right there.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Okay, good. Glad you tried that. As for me, or what I wanted to kind of share too, is we had our friend Maria come by a couple weeks ago, and she came down to visit. And so some things we had together. We actually met up at Tomo's place, and Tomo got howlin' for us, so we had some howlin'.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was good. So we just got to talking and catching up and stuff. But then we were there, for a few hours until the evening, and we were asking John if he was free, and he said he was, but he wasn't free until like 9 or just some late evening thing. So we were willing to wait up for him. Tomo had to go to bed because she was, very tired or something. So, but Maria and I, so we left, and it came to mind that while we were waiting, because there's probably like a good half hour or so before we had to meet up with John, there was a place on the way, on my way to Tomo's, that I saw that I realized I would like to take Maria to. So it was this spot called Los Dorados, and they serve these. They are tacos, but they're like, kind of rolled up hard shell tacos, basically like flautas, So they serve those up. So they were set up there in El Sereno, along Alhambra, and so I decided to take her there to try that out. So they have, oops,
that's not it.
But yeah, these are what they serve up. So these are just really long, just like, and they're stuffed with like different meats or whatever. So one of them was like chorizo and potato, and other one was like shoot, I forget, other things, which were also good.
Other things, huh?
Yes, exactly. But this place was really nice because I had them before, and they
okay.
I've enjoyed them a lot. And what was fun is that they served out of this like little truck before. I think it was like a converted like mail truck or something that they just kind of changed over. These are more recent pictures, so they may not show up right away. They're more serving out of these like typical trailers or whatever, but in the beginning they had like the small mail truck, which was kind of fun. But yeah, so we had there, and then we met up for boba with John.
Of course.
Yeah. And that was the first time I think I heard about that bicycle story. So
okay.
John,
what boba place?
John, what was the name of that boba place? Oh man, it's in the text here. If I remember it, I will. If I find
was
it,
it Bubble Crush again?
No, it was a different. It was a different place there, but yeah, we overstayed our welcome at that place. I think they closed around 11, but we stayed right up till there, and they're like, and probably a little after.
So, jerks!
I know. So it was in it's a spot in Monterey Park. So R&B, I think that's the one. R&B T Monterey Park. So it's the plaza that's next to Elite restaurant for dim sum.
Oh, yeah.
That stretch. So yeah. And that was the first time I heard that story from John, so about the bicycle. So
that damn bicycle story.
So I'm making the call to action to John and Carmen to come onto the podcast so they can share that story. We'll get them on here. So
one way or another.
Yeah, because that was the first time, but then I would hear this story like several times again. So he must have
the most interesting thing.
He must have rehearsed it already. Yeah. So yeah, there was Howlin'. Los Dorados, boba, and then the following day we met up for dim sum. So we got dim sum also in Monterey Park at Atlantic. Damn, what's it called? Atlantic Dim Sum.
Oh, Times Square.
Yeah,
the one that's above the movie theater.
Exactly.
Well,
technically it's above the 24-hour.
The gym. That's right. Other side.
Oh man. So yeah, we had dim sum, and that was good too. We had all the the favorites. The
Durian.
The Harga, the Shumai. Yeah, sure. Durian.
Oh, really?
Why not?
John was there then. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's how you know.
I know. But then we as we gathered relatively early for dim sum, like around 10 or so, just because we want to beat the crowds. Yeah. But depending on like the times you go, and as time goes along, they'll serve out different things. So it got to the time they started serving char siu, and at that point I still wasn't sure if I wanted any. So I actually passed on that first round. But then shortly after, I regretted it, and I said I want it. But we had to wait until another cart came through, so it was a little while. But what did come through was an order of Peking duck. So nice, order crispy, skin and all that, and just real like strong, flavor from the brine. So that was a good duck. But then char siu also came back after, so we still had that.
Of course.
I mean, it was a lot. I mean, it was a lot of like dim sum already, and then on top of that, we had the duck and the char siu. Yeah. But I think because we were still talking, right? Again, John was sharing his story again, continuing to share. Just once
the
again,
next day,
it continues. So we spent a good amount of time there, and then after they kicked us out, after we were done, we were able to also meet up with Vivian. And so back in Monterey Park, again, we went up to this park, this park up in the hills-ish area, and we had, we got boba, with that. So we got to catch up with her too. So yeah, it was quite good. So Maria will come back in November, and I think we've already made plans to do a little food crawl. So
damn, I'm missing that one. I remember that's November 11th ish.
That's the plan so far.
That weekend.
So yeah. Damn. Yeah. Oh well.
I can't taste anything anyway. Who knows?
Right. Exactly. Maybe still be flavorless by then. Yeah. I know, it's too bad.
Might as well kill myself.
Oh man. All right. So that's what we got. Speaking of bicycles, we went to we also went with John and Carmen to this restaurant called Bicyclette, which is from the chef. The chef's from the restaurant Republique, which is this very popular restaurant in LA. But Bicyclette is like this French bistro kind of elevated casual dining spot, and we had. And I don't know. I am surprised that they chose, they wanted to be here because they'd just been to France. And I feel like they're just like setting themselves up for disaster.
It's like after John went to Japan.
Yeah.
Sushi place
exactly. Right. Nothing will satisfy. But we had a lot of good dishes there. And they were all, I thought they were all delicious, and I think they enjoyed them too. But yeah, I'm sure at some point they were like, France was better.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, it was very good. I do remember also they're having snail, escargot, and I don't remember the last time. I don't think if I've ever had escargot, if I had snail ever. So that was fun. Just a nice. It was just all really doused in like this really heavy garlic sauce, just like and so it was very creamy, just very strong garlic, which was good. But definitely a new taste for that. So that was cool. And then I don't know, it was that week. Yeah, on that week I went on a little food crawl. During the week I took some time off, and
That's right.
and I just hit up like a bunch of like mostly taco places, like Mariscos Jalisco,
Okay.
some
El
tacos.
Russo?
No, that day I think they were closed.
Oh, it was a Tuesday. Yeah, they're closed Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I was gonna go on a Tuesday, and
Oh,
then
I
I
see.
saw.
Okay. Yeah, I got to a few places. I have to look. Hold on. Give me one second. I'm gonna look it up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had by we I mean me.
The Royal We.
Yeah. So Mariscos Jalisco, on Olympic, and then just down the street, I was thinking of getting birria because there's a birria truck there,
Ooh.
but they were closed or there's not there that day. But right next to them, not too far, by the Auto Zone there on Olympic and I want to say Soto, there's this spot called Tacos de Canasta, El Abuelo. And so Tacos de Canasta is a different is a style of taco. They're steamed tacos. And they're steamed in these little baskets. It's a very traditional, like kind of cultural, like style that you would see in Mexico, and but they have a few places here. They're small. They're like kind of smallish tacos, but they're stuffed with different meats or potato or things like that, and they're really good. I mean, they're worth trying. Tacos de canasta is like a style of preparation for the taco. I think that means basket. I think. Basket tacos. Anyway, so I had those, and then I also stopped by while I was on the east side in Boyle Heights. I visited this. I visited a spot called Milpa Grill, which I don't want to say a pop up, but there's kind of a regular resident spot there called Mychall that sets up there, and they make very good breakfast tacos. And so so the ones I had were like fried chicken or like longaniza, different types of meat in these breakfast tacos. I mean, it's just a really nice, so they have a flour tortilla and then like these soft scrambled eggs and then like the meat and then like these sauces on there. I don't know. It's just, those are very good. These places that I'm talking about, I might as well just take Maria to these places too, because I'm like planning it out right now.
And they're nearby where she is, so
yeah, exactly. So they're all kind of local. But yeah, and then I just decided to drive up to to Griffith Park and visit Travel Town. So if you don't know Travel Town, that's like not the old, but like the train museum out there in the north part of Griffith Park. So they have all these, old trains and...
That's what it's called?
Yeah, Travel Town.
Huh, did not know.
Yeah. In addition to the trains and, that setup, it's cool. I mean, you see like you have these QRs that you scan on each like passenger coach on the train so you can like read about the different types of styles of train and stuff. But they also have a small train that like goes around the park, And so I decided, the millennial that I am, to buy a ticket to ride a train around the park. So the guy was very nice. I just asked him, hey, is there any like limit to these rides? Like who can ride them? He's like, nope, as long as you got money. It's like, okay, I'll give you my money. But probably what was a little awkward about it, there was a large group of people like outside, just outside the station or whatever, in the benches there. Out there, they're like families and kids and stuff. But I don't know. They probably already rode the train. And they obviously weren't going to ride the train because I ended up being the only person on the train.
Nice. Private ride.
It was. So, you have this train that's like, I don't know how many, maybe like 6, 7 coaches like deep or whatever. And that's like all the way at the end, just sitting at the very end of the train. And it's just the one guy, it's just, he's making all the same announcements like he would for like any other party, but like he's just going around.
You.
Yeah, just to me.
All alone.
Oh, man. But it's cool, it's like you actually go around the thing twice. So it's about a 10-minute ride,
Okay.
total, and then you go around there. So, yeah. I mean, it was nice. He was very kind. It's just obviously a little weird. I bet he thought it's like, and it was, and I don't remember if I had heard it just after or before. Like this was the last train before lunch, so if it weren't for me, this guy would be at lunch already.
Yeah, early lunch, you bastard.
So, thank you for the train ride. Sorry for the delay there. Anyway, after that, I'd also went to Atwater Village. I got a chocolate cake there from Proof Bakery, and then and that was a very good cake. And then I also went out to Goldburger out in Highland Park location. So, had a Goldburger and a blueberry crumble pie there.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was I enjoyed that. Yeah, and Goldburger, it's like, I don't know, it's definitely one of those places like we've talked about before. It's just a good, reliable, neighborhood spot. Like they make a great burger, and whatever you get, like you'll be satisfied.
Yeah.
On top of all that, towards the end of the day, I decided to.
God,
there's like one other place. Don't you? What do you underestimate here? Okay, don't underestimate.
I thought you slowed down. I thought age caught up to you.
We're making up for lost time, man. Sometimes you have like these small bursts that you get to do.
Ah, yes, a return to form.
Yeah, just a taste of the yesteryear. So, in Echo Park, I don't know. I think you might be familiar with the spot Button Mash, which is a restaurant / arcade. Space. They have great old school arcade games and things like that, but they also serve food out there. I think what I understand is that there's a period of time, even maybe as we're talking about right now, that they're doing collabs with other restaurants and other pop-up things where they're serving up, those guys are serving up food out of their out of the kitchen there. So the space that I went to, or the day that I went to, look it up. There was a collab between a pizza place in Long Beach, actually, that I've been to, which is Little Coyote. Oh, wait, yeah. But they were doing a collab with this other guy, other pop called Estrano Things. Is that what it's called? Well, where's the internet? Estrano Things, which is like a pop up for like street food, for pasta particularly. And but they did this kind of thing with the pepperoni, but then they also had this like chili on there, and it was it was definitely a pizza that two people could eat easily, but and I thought at first maybe I'll just take some home, but I ended up eating the whole pizza.
Nice.
So, return to form, as you said. Yeah. So, yeah, that was quite. But yeah, if you check them out at Button Mash, they'll have like posts there of like what they are, who they're like featuring or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a list here. It's a pretty. I don't know most of these people, but it's a lot. You got Estrano, Little Coyote, Mixed Plate, Comfy Pup, Hamburger's Nice.
Yep.
Azizam, Evil Cooks, Little Dacha, The Bad Jew,
good.
Zeph Barbecue, PRD, BU, Quarantine Pizza Company, Birria Pa La Cruda.
Yep.
And more to be announced, supposedly. So that's cool.
So check them out.
But it doesn't have like a schedule of who's there when.
I think, you might need to check their stories and or check the respective accounts of those places. Because I think it'll be on there more likely. So, but yeah, that was good. But Button Mash on their own, like when they were serving their own food, they made some pretty good food too. So
okay. Yeah. I still haven't been ever.
Oh well, maybe this is your chance.
So we'll see.
As I'm looking here, I'll bring it up here on the internet. They served this. I had the pepperoni matcha, which was the red sauce, the pepperoni, and the salsa matcha, which is So it was a very so it's the salsa matcha is like both a spicy and kind of sweet salsa thing. So yeah, you get the heat. It doesn't hit you right away, like a little bit, but then you there's some sweetness in there too, on top with this pepperoni. And Little Coyote is a spot in Long Beach, also excellent pizza. So I enjoyed them as well. But Estrano Things is definitely one of the kind of hot pop-ups these days. They make excellent pasta, and if you haven't, check them out. Oh, there was one other place I was looking at here. Oh wait, was this all? Oh, this was not all on the same. This was all these other places I'm looking at. Like these were all like later, same week, but like later, not the same week per se. I was thinking, man, I had a lot. We'll talk about this another time. But anyway,
every year,
yeah. But yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at. We'll got anything else? I think that's.
Nah, I've been at home.
Man, dude, you better rest up, recover, get those taste buds, kind of back in business, because we need to hit the town and try out more spots. Okay.
I really want to.
Yeah.
I really wish I could taste again.
You will. All right. Well, hang in there. We'll check in on you again, and again, everyone, thanks again for joining us.